friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Lauren, and today we are going to be talking about how I rate and review books and what the 5-star book system means to me. Now, I, like many other reviewers, use the 5-star book system to rate books. I use this just for kind of like standardization, really. Everybody really uses it, and it's also the method that Goodreads uses, and I use Goodreads to track my reading progress. I use it to log what books I own because my books are kept in not an open shelf, so I can look on Goodreads to see what's on my shelf, especially if I'm looking for inspiration for readathons and things like that. So I obviously know that the 5-star system isn't perfect. I have a lot of problems that Goodreads does not let you provide half stars, because sometimes I think a book is not quite a 5-star book, but it's not a 4-star book either. And Goodreads, if you are watching this by any chance, please, please, please provide us with half stars, because we need them. They are necessary. Anyway, I'm going to go through each star ranking and tell you what they mean to me as a reviewer. Obviously, this is completely subjective, this is all my opinion, and this is just how I personally use the book system, the 5-star book system, derp. So, first of all, I'm going to start with 1-star review. Now, I very, very rarely use 1-star reviews, partly because if I'm not enjoying a book and I'm finding it rubbish, I tend to DNF. Life is too short to read books that you don't enjoy. So for me, a 1-star book is offensive. Like, maybe it marginalises women, maybe it marginalises a particular cultural group, and it is also poorly written and ridiculously badly communicated. Like I said, I very rarely rate 1-star books, but I have rated The Hand That Ironed the Heart recently at a 1-star. This is because I felt that it was culturally appropriating the Chinese culture, and I also felt like it addressed some LGBT issues quite poorly. I know she consulted people on this book. However, as an LGBT reader, I kind of just thought, oh my gosh, like, this is quite offensive, and I didn't like the way that it was placed. So a 1-star review is offensive, and I think that it could offend readers, and it shouldn't have been published really in the first place. These are going to get better, I promise. I started on the bad ones. So my next one is 2-star reviews, which are bad. Like, the book I probably hated. However, the material is not offensive. There might be some redeemable qualities in the storyline. Maybe I liked a particular character. However, I just didn't like this book. Again, I would typically DNF a book that I am not enjoying to this level. However, if I am forced to finish it, then I will rate it 2 stars. I quite often think that the storyline is confusing and not effectively communicated. There might be ridiculous plot holes. Maybe the world was one-dimensional. Maybe the characters were one-dimensional. However, 2-star reviews are just not enjoyable books. Again, this book wasn't for me. Maybe it wasn't even written for my type of audience and it wasn't targeted at me. We're getting more positive. So, the next review would be a 3-star review. So a 3-star review for me is good but kind of forgettable. So it was enjoyable, maybe the characters were cool, maybe I was immersed in the story a bit, but the story kind of tailed off and it wasn't very consistent. But overall, this book that would be a 3-star review wasn't very profound. If I was to read a book in a series that was a 3-star book, there would have to be a large amount of potential that I could see coming in other books for me to read it. 3-star books for me are pretty forgettable. Maybe they just are very formulaic. Maybe I've seen it all before. Maybe I don't think it's very original. But it doesn't mean that the book was badly written, badly communicated. It just was a bit meh. Like it says, 3-star reviews, it kind of sits somewhere in the middle, like it's not good and it's not bad. So we're getting better now. So 4-star reviews, I really enjoyed the book. I was immersed, I thought the story was well written. If this was a book in the series, I'd probably want to read the next book in the series because I thought it was that good. 4-star reviews are books that I just think, this is good. This is the stuff I want to read. This is why I'm a reader, because I find things enjoyable. So 4-star, it's just so good. I love it. I might not stan it. I might not be obsessed with it. However, I can see that it's good. So recently I rated Circe 4 stars. And I rated it because it was so good. It definitely lives up to the hype. I thought that the story was original, creative, immersive, well written. The character development was so good for a book that short. I just thought it was so good. Like, there's nothing more. However, because it wasn't a favourite, which we'll get onto in a minute with 5-star reviews, it's still a 4-star. Like, it's alright, like it's good. Just alright, it's good. And I would want to read it maybe again, maybe it would stand up better to a reread, and I just really enjoyed it. And finally, we have 5-star reviews. So for me, 5-star books are my absolutely favourite books. I absolutely love them. I stan them. So all of the Harry Potter books are 5 stars. Hang on, coffee break. So all of the Harry Potter books I would rate at 5 stars. My most prominent 5-star review this year is probably The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. These books are like absolutely timeless classics and timeless favourites to me. These 5-star books are the type of books that you want to pick up and reread the second you finish them. And maybe with a 4-star book, even though it's good, you might not want to do that again. 5-star books tend to go on my favourite shelf on Goodreads. I want to own multiple copies of them. But like most people, I tend to not use 5-star reviews quite rarely. This is because for 5-star, it has to be the creme de la creme. This story has probably changed my life and spoken to me on a very extreme level. My neighbour is watching me. Anyway, 5-star reviews are just amazing. I want to own them all. I will probably buy it all for my friends for Christmas and say, you must read this book is amazing. So, although short but sweet, this is how I use the 5-star ranking system. So maybe when you're watching some of my future review videos, you kind of know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, hopefully no 2-star books. However, there are some in my latest wrap up. That is just a little bit of clarification on how I would rate certain books and how I personally use the 5-star ranking system. Obviously, all of this is completely subjective, and for me, a 5-star book could be for one person, however, somebody else could rate it a 2-star. And the joy of diversity, and that's the joy of us all being different. So now you know that when I rate a book 5-star, I absolutely stan them. I love them. I want to sleep with the book. I love it. And I want to cuddle it forever. That sounds weird. I do sleep with books sometimes. Anyway, hope you're having a lovely day and happy reading, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.